This week in U.S. immigration news, we are going to cover Uniting for Ukraine, Citizenship Ambassador Initiative, Abbott orders state police to return migrants to the border, extension of TPS for Venezuela, report finds agents used improper force against Haitians, Biden to discuss immigration with Mexico's president, appeals court panel casts doubt on DACA legality, forms for immigrant investor program. DHS has extended the timeframe for Uniting for Ukraine parolees to comply with medical screening and attestation after arrival to the United States. Beneficiaries paroled into the U.S. through Uniting for Ukraine must complete medical attestation within 90 days of their arrival. Previously, beneficiaries were required to complete it within 14 days of arrival. The attestation is a condition of parole and must be completed in the beneficiary's Uscis online account. Beneficiaries must get their vaccinations and medical screening for tuberculosis, including an interferon gamma release assay blood test. Uscis announced the launch of the new Citizenship Ambassador Initiative. Through this new program, Uscis will partner with community leaders to promote citizenship through their own immigrant experience. The initiative has been created to make a personal and local connection to the more than 9.1 million lawful permanent residents who may be eligible to apply for naturalization and who otherwise may not have access to or knowledge about the naturalization process. The initiative has been created to support implementation of President Biden's Executive Order 14012 to promote naturalization. It is guided by the principles of the Interagency Strategy for Promoting Naturalization. Uscis has selected 8 community leaders across the U.S. to connect with aspiring citizens. Gov. Greg Abbott ordered the Texas National Guard and state police to apprehend migrants who illegally cross into the U.S. from Mexico and to take them back to border crossings. The governor made this order on Thursday, claiming it is part of his goal to return illegal immigrants to the border to stop this criminal enterprise endangering our communities. Abbott previously deployed the National Guard to the border to act as lookouts and report to the federal Border Patrol agents when they come across unauthorized migrants. Abbott's order went into effect immediately, but the details of how it will be fulfilled are still being worked out. It is still unclear how far from the border migrants will be apprehended, how they would be identified, and what would happen once they are sent back to the border ports of entry. Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas is extending the designation of Venezuela for temporary protected status for 18 months. The 18-month extension will be effective from September 10, 2022 through March 10, 2024. Only beneficiaries under Venezuela's existing designation, and who are already residing in the U.S. as of March 8, 2021, are eligible to re-register for TPS under this extension. Venezuelans who arrived in the U.S. after March 8, 2021 will not be eligible for TPS. It is estimated about 343,000 individuals will be eligible under the existing designation of Venezuela. Those who are currently eligible for TPS under the existing designation but have not yet applied with Uscis should file their application prior to the September 9, 2022 application deadline.
If you are new to our channel, welcome and please subscribe to stay in the loop. We offer free 15-minute consultations if your case is qualified, so we can point you in the right direction. Stay tuned for the secret code later in the show.
9 months ago, images of Border Patrol agents on horses using reins against migrants in South Texas went viral, causing outrage. U.S. Customs and Border Protection's Office of Professional Responsibility released a 511-page report on Friday explaining that the agents involved were not given proper training or briefing on how the agency would handle Haitian migrants crossing the Rio Grande River. The report stated that there was no evidence that any agents on horseback struck migrants with reins. After the report was released last week, CBP Commissioner Chris Magnus told reporters that there would be disciplinary measures against the 4 agents involved but did not further elaborate because the disciplinary process is ongoing. Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador met with President Joe Biden to discuss immigration and trade. López Obrador agreed to spend $1.5 billion for smart border technology. The agreement has not yet formally been announced, but it is believed along with border funding from Mexico. Biden and López Obrador further discussed expanding the number of work visas the U.S. issues and welcoming more refugees. They also plan to continue joint patrols for Mexico and Guatemala to track human smugglers along their shared border, in response to the 53 migrants recently found dead in San Antonio. Biden and López Obrador agreed that the U.S. and Mexico need to increase opportunities for legal migration. A three-judge panel in New Orleans appeared unconvinced by the Justice Department's arguments defending the legality of the deferred action for childhood arrivals. The federal judges heard appeals by the Biden administration, liberal states and individual DACA recipients to the U.S. District Court Judge Andrew Hannon's decision last year, which held DACA to be unlawful. The 2021 ruling ordered DHS to no longer approve new applicants to the program, but the order did allow the agency to continue to process DACA renewals as the issue moved through the courts. The main issue being argued last week was whether the states suing to block the program could show enough impact on them to proceed with the case. USCIS is revising Form I-526, Immigrant Petition by Alien Entrepreneur, to accommodate the EB-5 Reform and Integrity Act of 2022, which made significant changes to both the filing and eligibility requirements for investors under the EB-5 program. The form will be split into two versions: Form I-526, Immigrant Petition by Standalone Investor, and Form I-526 East, Immigrant Petition by Regional Center Investor. Form I-526 will be used by standalone immigrant investors that are not seeking to pool their investment with additional investors seeking EB-5 classification. Form I-526 East will be used by immigrant investors seeking to pool their investment with one or more additional investors seeking EB-5 classification under the new Regional Center program.
Friends, show us some love and smash the like button. It doesn't cost you anything. If you have an immigration problem or need a second opinion because you cannot get a hold of your own lawyer, schedule a meeting with our team. Share information with our CARES team and they will help you get scheduled with our legal team. Now here's a secret code to unlock the free 15 minutes.